Welcome to the Oracle at Delphi. Please ask your question. Hello and welcome, neighborhood mystics. Welcome to your pick a card reading, your pick a card soulmate reading for this Valentine's Day. So our question that I'm dealing with in this particular reading is, will I get married this year? So this will be a pick a card reading, and how this is going to work is I've already got laid out my pack of dogs playing cards, which are just adorable. Love these cards. For a yes-no answer, for those of you who don't want to stick around for a full reading, you just want a yes-no, so you're going to get it at the beginning of this reading. But then we have the pick a card part comes in, where you're maybe not really picking a card so much as you're self-selecting a category of your question. So the question is, will I get married this year? So I will do a reading for those of you who are already coupled, a reading for those of you who are looking, a reading for those of you who are committed but there's something standing in the way, or you're not so sure. And a reading for those of you who are just like, help, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing as far as relationships go. So that's how it's going to go. So let's get started here with our pack of dogs playing cards. So will I get married this year is the pick a card tarot reading question. And we have the Six of Diamonds. So that starts out fairly nicely. This is telling me that it's like you're in a good spot to start with to get married this year. But I do notice this dog is kind of got his head buried down here at the end of the diamonds. So let's pull the next card, or flip the next card, and see what comes up. We've got another 6, which is good. 6 is a good number. We have a nice even numbers are good. This is a 6 of clubs, and the dog is turned away from us. So I feel like circumstances are good to get married, or you're getting these circumstances together to get married, like they're almost there. And then we've got the 6 of clubs, so it's like this is where we enter into negotiations and talks about this marriage and when it's happening and how it's happening and if it's happening and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, these are good talks. This is not bad, but these are good talks. And then, like I said, with our little dog here, he's kind of walking away from us, so not feeling super strong that it's going to happen this year. Put it that way. Let's turn the last card, and we have the 4 of clubs, and 4 is a good number, and we've got the little dog. He's facing us now, so I'm feeling much better. And so I think in 2019 you get to a place of after we go through these talks and this planning and trying to arrange the money and when and how and all this stuff, I think you get to a place where it's like, okay, we've come to an agreement about how this is going to go down. So will it go down in 2019 or not? Let me put one more card just to see. We come up with the Jack of Diamonds. So the Jack is not a settled down character. He's a playboy, if you will. With the diamonds, he's got a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do, places to go, people to see. So I would say not this year, but I feel like you're heading toward the right direction. And we start with a diamond and we end with a diamond. So it's like the stability, I feel like the stability of the relationship stays intact, but it's just, I feel like my answer, not this year, not in 2019, you're not getting married. Okay, so moving on. For those of you already coupled, I'm going to do a reading here. For those of you who are already coupled, let me shuffle while I'm talking. If you're already coupled, will you get married in 2019? For those of you already coupled, so I'm sure you can hear me shuffling very loudly here. All right, let's take a look for you already coupled folks. So All right. So it looks like for those of you already coupled, you know, once again we're looking at somebody who's in a good space to start with, and it's like, okay, we're thinking about throwing the dice and taking a risk, and you know, I feel like this is a good sign with the Wheel of Fortune. This is a good sign. With the Nine of Pentacles down here, it's like you have the finances, you have the stability, you have the resources, so it's not like you feel like, oh, we really can't because we can't afford a house, or we can't because your work is out of state, or, you know, something like that. I feel like that is not the situation with you if you're already coupled. I feel like that you're in a good spot, and you're watching this video, you know, because there's plenty of people out in the world that are already coupled and they're not going to get married this year, but you happen to be watching this video, so perhaps this message is for you. So, and then I'm looking here, and we have the Two of Wands, so it's like, it's a very, I would say with this card, it's a very strong possibility. This Wheel is making me feel good about it, and this Two of Wands makes me feel like you guys are like, yeah, we really want to do this. So let me do one more final advice card here. Oh, and we have the King of Cups. So that throws it for me. That makes me feel like, yes, if you identified yourself as already coupled, that in 2019 you will be getting married this year. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video after 2019, then whatever year it is, that's whatever year I'm talking about. So there you go. If you're already coupled, it looks like you will get married this year. All right, so moving on to our next category is our people that are looking for a relationship, looking for love, not already in a relationship. So let me loudly shuffle here. Excuse my loud shuffling, because I know it's loud, because this camera has a really strong microphone. So, but I want to shuffle good for you guys, so bear with me. All right, so for you lookers, looking for love people, will you get married this year? All right. Very nice. I'm not reading reverse cards, just because I'm not. Okay, so for those of you looking for love, this card worries me. These other cards are nice. This card here with the Fool is telling me that, like, this is a brand new chapter for you this year. Like, you've turned a big page. You're starting a brand new unit. Remember in school we used to have the units and the unit tests, and so the units had several sections. So this is a big page turn. This is a big unit shift for you. So perhaps there's a little bit of heartburn from the previous unit that you still need to work through. These two cards are telling me that, I think for one, it's like you're kind of getting your financial act together, or your own support system act together. So whether that's other people or finances or family or whatever it is that supports you, it's like you're getting that act together this year. And then, it's going to be a fun year, because like I said, this is a brand new start. But as far as like the relationship thing goes, it's like I feel like there's some heartburn or some beliefs you have about relationships that still need to be cleared yet this year. So let me get a final advice card for you folks. So I think the final advice here is kind of to learn as much as you can here, I think. So, and whatever that means to you, whatever area you're exploring, whether that has to do with relationships or not, is kind of like whatever you feel like you need to learn and that you need to put some effort into learning, I would do that this year. So if you're looking and you're watching this video, you're not getting married this year. That's my prediction, and for what it's worth, there it is. So let's move on to our next category of folks, who are the committed butts. The committed butts. I'm a committed butt. No. You're committed. You're in a relationship. You're in a committed relationship. But not so sure you're getting married. Don't know. So that's why you're watching this video right now. I'm wondering if these cards will tell you something. So patience while I shuffle. Thank you for the bearing with the loud shuffling. Okay, so the committed but people are getting married this year. Let's find out. All right, committed but. Okay, so the committed but people. All right, committed but people, I can tell you right off the bat, not this year. Not this year. Because this card is telling me it's not time. You're getting close, but it's not time. This is telling me, once again, kind of what the last card reading is like. It's like you're getting your stability in place, and you're getting your support systems in place. And, you know, it's like that's kind of an idea. Like, yeah, that is, you know, it's kind of on your mind. Let's put it as, like, getting married is on your mind. But it's like you're moving out of a hard time. That's what it looks like. It looks like we're moving out of a hard time here. So, it's in this card saying not yet. So let me get you some final advice. Oh, but see, you're committed, but you love each other. So who cares if you're married or not? I'm sorry, I'm just interjecting my own opinion. But it's like you love each other, and it, you know, it's a great relationship. So, but not this year. You're not getting married this year. You committed but people. All right, moving on. The last are you people who are lost. You are lost. You don't know. You don't know what you're doing. Relationships aren't working out for you. Things are not looking good. You're confused. You don't know why they don't work out. You are lost. So bear with me while I do the loud shuffling for you lost without love folks. Hoping to get some good news or some good advice for you on that front. Alright, so the lost people. Here we go, lost people. Alright, so we have the Sun. That looks nice. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. Wow. And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so that's interesting. It seems like a little bit of a mixed message, but let's work through it here. So, I mean, we have the Sun, so that's making me think that, like, this is like everything working out. Everything, you know, the sun is shining on you, you know, even though you're lost, it's like things turn around, you're happy. The Chariot's also telling me the Chariot brings good things. You know, either that or you're very purposeful and you get a good bead on where you're going and how you're going to get there, and, you know, in relationships, and that all works out. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is telling me that you're looking for something that's for real and that's going to last. So it's like you're not, you know, and obviously if you're asking the question like, will I get married? Obviously you're looking for a long-term relationship. You're not just looking to go have fun. Now this Eight of Cups here is telling me that this is the card of going it alone. So, you know, this is telling me you're just going to have to, like, head off and go it alone. So, I think to kind of work with this energy where the goods, you get to the good stuff, you're going to have to kind of be brave and, you know what I mean, and step off the path that you've been on and get on a path where maybe other people are not going to support you, you know, and go that alone. So let's get a final advice card because we really need one with that. Okay, so this Knight of Swords is saying, you know, the Knight of Swords is very serious and is going to take no prisoners here. So you really have to draw the line. Once again, I'm getting that feeling where it's like other people are not necessarily going to support you in this endeavor. So if you've been mixed up with people where they don't really have your best interest at heart, or they're just used to the old you who is not the you that you are now, you're going to have to be a little ruthless, and you're going to have to kind of cut ties with the past and be like, hey, you know, I still love you, I still respect you or whatever, but I'm going to have to move on my own. So that's the advice for those people who identified themselves as lost. So I hope these readings were helpful to everyone this Valentine's Day. And remember, Coincidence is the God's way of staying anonymous. See you next time.